Welcome to our show, Sacred Tools for Divine Living with Vialet Rayne, where Vialet provides you with practical ways to bring in more joy and financial abundance into your life. Vialet creates a loving and sacred space where she shares simple ways for each of us to empower and enrich our lives. We are so happy you have joined us today. Let's get started with your host, the magical creator of Discover Your Spiritual Gifts, Vialet.
So let's talk about getting clear on your intentions. We don't realize how powerful we are in the things that we create in our life, right? Every time you think something, you say something, you have a conversation with someone else, you're talking about something, you're actually creating your reality. And so let me give you an example of that. We set out our intentions and our conversations and the things that we say to ourselves and to others all the time. When was the last time that you were really paying attention to what you're saying or thinking? And then it occurred and you're like, wait a minute, that's not really what I wanted. This is what I wanted. And let me give you an example of that. So I had a friend of mine that I love and adore that called me one day out of the blue and she goes, you know, the universe isn't funny. And I'm like, what? What are you talking about? She goes, they truly are not funny. And I said, so what happened? And she goes, I've been tired for several weeks and I've been telling the universe, I just need a day off. I just need a day off from work. I just need a day off. And she goes, and today I spent the whole day in the emergency room because I tripped and hurt my ankle. And she goes, it's not funny. That's not the day off I wanted. I didn't go to work today. So I did technically get a day off, but I really didn't want to spend it in the emergency room. So how many times have you set an intention or spoke something or thought about something and you really did create it when you look back on it because you're like, that's what I asked for. Wasn't exactly what I wanted, but definitely what I asked for. So you got to be careful with what you're saying. You got to be careful with what you're telling people, because that's the intention that you're setting. When I first opened my center in 2017, I started bringing on practitioners that actually worked in my center as well. And as I brought on new practitioners, I really wasn't paying attention to what I was telling them. 9 months after we opened the center, we actually expanded and moved into a new space in the same building, and we doubled our size. Now, I thought that was really quick that happened. I thought, wow, that's really fast that we would double our size, double our commitment level, double our client customer level. That was really quick to do that in 9 months. And one of the practitioners stopped me one day and she goes, but that's what you said. And I said, what do you mean that's what I said? She goes, when you gave me the tour of your space, you told me that you were going to expand in April. And I said, I did. She goes, yeah, you said you were going to double your size by April. And I said, well, I meant April next year, not April this year. And she goes, but that's not what you said. Again, I put it out there. I manifested it and didn't realize it. So how often are you having conversations with others? Are you stating in your mind or to someone else something that you're not even paying attention to exactly what you're saying, and you're setting an intention? You're creating a reality. You need to be careful and very specific in what you ask for. If you're asking for a day off, what kind of day off do you want? A day in the beach, a day in the mountains, a day with family, a day by yourself? What does that day look like? What are you creating? Intentions create everything. So if you're telling yourself over and over again, you're exhausted, you're tired, you're overwhelmed, it's too much, guess what? You'll create that over and over again. You have to catch those statements. You have to back them up and say, cancel, 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 release, release, release. And you need to state exactly what you're looking for. And you need to be clear with your intentions, because you are a master creator. You create your own reality. And when you start paying attention to what you're saying to yourself and to others, you're going to be able to create the life that you dreamed of.
Thank you for joining us. To find out more about Vialet and how she can help you discover your spiritual gifts, head over to discoveryourspiritualgifts.com. Check out Violet's services and classes. You can also send a personal message to Vialet through email, violet@discoveryourspiritualgifts.com. Until next time, remember, we are meant to have abundant and joyful lives. We hope to see you really soon at Discover Your Spiritual Gifts.
Discover connection, awaken sacredness, become empowered. Come experience the difference at Discover Your Spiritual Gifts.